Hello, guys. It is Kate here from Hello Funnels, and welcome back to the Doing It Online podcast. Now, this week we're actually doing a little bit of celebrating because we actually recently just hit a milestone for our signature program, eCourse Empire, in that it's now been 4 years since our very first amazing client came through the program. And I was feeling a little reflective, right? I was looking back, we were kind of diving into some of the just insane results that clients got, and then also, having a look and seeing where are they now. Like 4 years is a long time, guys, in the online business world. And through going through that, I started to notice a bit of a trend for those clients who came in and just smashed it out of the park, who were, what you would call like a unicorn, like the ones who came in and just got results that blew us away. And I noticed that there was 3 characteristics that they all had. So I wanted to share with you what those characteristics are, so that if you are, whether or not you're in our program or another program, but if you are out there right now trying to grow your business, if you're working with mentors, if you're working through different programs and strategies, I think no matter what it is, these 3 things will still apply. And if there's maybe 1 or 2 of these that perhaps isn't your strong suit, I would encourage you to stop, get reflective, and think about how maybe you could foster more of that in how you are showing up, how you are learning, how you are coaching, how you are growing your business, because I would put money on the fact that if you do, you're going to see even better results. So let's dive in right now. Okay, guys, as I mentioned, there are 3 characteristics that I've seen, and this is now after having hundreds of people go through our program and us getting some crazy results. Like, we now have millionaires who've come out of our program, and this is 4 years of being in there with my sleeves rolled up and working really closely and really in-depthly with our clients. Like, that's what we love to do in our programs. It's definitely not one of those programs where you come in and you get like handed off to a sub coach and never actually see the main team. Like, we are in there, we are helping out, or in there every single day. So we get to work really closely, get to really know a lot of the people quite well, even develop friendships with some of them. I have seen, had a front row seat to so many amazing course creators for all different niches at all different levels, some just getting started, some many, many years into their business. And there's definitely been 3 things which I would now say are the top indicators, but not just that they'll do well in the program, but they are going to just exponentially exceed. So let's go through those. So the very first thing is that they are fast implementers. Like, they are able to go, yep, okay, I'm going to go get that done. And whether that is through being able to prioritize, I think a big part of it is the fact that they are not perfectionists. And I know some people who are listening to this are like, oh, I can't do that. I'm so busy. I've got all these other things. Like, these were also busy people, and these weren't all people who had teams. Some of them were complete solopreneurs. But I think it was just the ability to, firstly, as I said, not being perfectionist, not be like second guessing everything, be able to kind of be happy to just go and do quick and dirty action, and be quite good at being able to prioritize, all right, what's the thing that I need to do, and not get caught up in the weeds, not get distracted like, oh, I started doing this thing, and when I noticed that I haven't updated something over here, so I'm going to go down this and go. And also throughout that time, we've worked with lots of different people who have ADD, ADHD. I know that for some people, this is a more challenging thing, but it's definitely for those who were able to self-manage it, were still able to get out there and get those results. So it's partly prioritization, but the other part, and probably the strongest part, is the non-perfectionism. So people who are able to go, right, I'm just going to get in, get it done. And even if it's 70% there, that's better than not done. Those people definitely moved forward the quickest because they were able to get stuff out, see if it worked, iterate, rather than spend weeks and months trying to make this thing absolutely perfect and then put it out to the world. And it's taken so long. And then that's your first lot of feedback. We're all about, this is how we teach, how we set everything up, is that everything is an experiment. Yes, you're going to have this amazing framework and all of these sort of best practices and these very, very tried, true, proven again and again to be the gold standard, but still everything needs to be tested. And if you are creating new systems, creating new offers, testing new ways to market and sell those offers, you need to be able to get that feedback, get that information quickly, and just get those pieces of the puzzle in place. Like we've had people come through who have been able to get their first funnel set up in less than a couple of weeks. Others take 12 months. So, and it's usually, as I said, those quick starters, those ones who are like, oh well, I did my recording and it chopped out a little bit, never mind. Those are the ones, they get the out of the park results. So that's number one, fast implementation. I said there's some nuances to that, obviously. The next, and this is so important, I'm pretty happy to say that actually most of our clients, like I'd say 99%, tick this box because we do screen for it as part of our application process. But it is really important. And I think the level of it as well is a bit of a determining factor of that success. But is people who really actually give a shit about their clients and making sure that those clients are getting the results, are getting a great outcome. Like people who it's their mission, it's their purpose. They're feeling driven by something other than just the lifestyle that comes with having an online business. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that being your driver, but there's just something magical that happens when people are like, they're in this for the reason of, I want to create impact. I want to help as many people as possible. I really care about them having a great experience. I really care about their end results. Like when you have that level of care, that sense of purpose, it definitely makes a big difference. Not just how you show up, how you create things. I think it just resonates. It comes through. It just makes you seem so authentic. People can feel it when you're out there in your marketing, in the way that you sell, and then obviously in the way that you deliver. And when you really care about giving that great experience, creating that great outcome for your clients, they're probably more likely to get that great outcome and that great experience, which other than just being a really nice, morally good thing to have done, it also, put your marketer's hat on, means you're going to get great testimonials, great word of mouth. People are going to be leaving you reviews saying, this was amazing. Everyone should do this. And that, again, is going to help your business to grow. So the final character trait that I think is so important, if this is something that you struggle with, I would really recommend that you go and find a way to, whether that's working with a mindset coach, maybe potentially with a therapist. This is something that is going to be helpful to you, not just in business, but in life, and is definitely something that is like a very prominent characteristic in those people who are able to just exceed their expectations and ours. And that is the ability to recover from failures quickly. So what I mean by that, and it kind of ties into that non-perfectionist, I guess, kind of character trait that I mentioned at point number one, is that this is all an experiment, guys, as I've said. Like we're out there, we're testing, we're trying things. Things are going to go wrong. You are going to fail, and you're probably going to fail a lot. And particularly when you're doing something new, or you're starting something new, or you're in a more beginner phase. But even no matter where you are in your business, failure is going to happen, and it sucks and nobody loves it. But there is definitely two very different ways of bouncing back from failure. And one of those ways is the negative self-talk that I'm no good. What's the point? I give up. Sure, take a couple of days, lick your wounds, rest. Those are all good self-care things. But it's what you do after that. Like, are you able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off and go, okay, where can I find the learnings in this? Where can I use this to make the next thing better? The ability to do that is really the key and really so crucial. And I mean, it's not one of those things that you can just turn a switch and all of a sudden be like, oh, okay, well, I'm fine with failure. Like, as I said, this is something that is either something that's probably been programmed into you from birth, from experiences that you've had with family and parents and siblings and important people as you're growing up. Some people are just naturally wired more resiliently than others. There's all this kind of stuff. I'm not an expert in any of that, but I know that as an adult, as a grown-up, we are able to change these characteristics about ourselves. There are things that we can do. There is work that we can do. I'm not one to tell you how to do that. That's not my area of expertise at all. But as a coach, as a teacher, as a mentor, as someone who loves to really help their clients to succeed, I definitely have noticed that if you can bounce back from failure and admit that it sucked, feel that it sucked, I'm not saying don't deny that it sucked, but then after that, if you can come back and go, okay, well, what's next? What can I learn from this? What can I take from this? How can I use this to improve the next things that I'm doing? You have got such a higher likelihood of achieving and being successful than if each of these failures, which are going to happen, which are just a fact of online business life and just life in general, sets you back weeks, days, brings in all the self-doubts, makes you go, oh, obviously this isn't for me, I'm going to go start something else. Like if it can derail you, if it can take you off course, then I would prioritize trying to figure out how can I get better at this thing, but because it's going to help you across the board. So that's it, guys. As I said, this is things that apply to people in businesses at any level, any niche, but these 3 characteristics, if you have them, amazing. I can't wait to watch you fly. And if there's 1 or 2 you're like, oh, actually, that's not my strongest, this is not my strongest suit, maybe there's something I can work on that, then I definitely would encourage you to go and get curious, explore ways that perhaps you can work on that, improve on that. Even just being aware of it is probably something that is going to help you to be more conscious and be able to make different choices next time these things come up. So anyway, guys, that's it from me this week. I hope it has been amazing. I hope you've had a few aha moments. If you've loved this, let us know, leave a comment below the video or DM us over at Hello Funnels, or better yet, share it with a friend, help us get the word out. The more people that we can get into the ear holes of, the better. So that's it, guys. Have an amazing week and I'll see you next week for another episode. Bye.